that's one thing I've told everybody. They don't realize how good the coaches are in this conference. You're not going to walk in this conference and just out-coach people. I mean, you got guys like George O'Leary and June Jones that have been coaching for a while and winning at a lot of different programs. You know, Mike Price has had a lot of wins in his career. I mean, and you know, you can go on and on. There's a lot of good football coaches in Conference USA.
You look at the coaches and you look at the athletes they're attracting. I think this conference is getting better every year.
As I get around these guys, you know, every single time it just continues to grow on me in terms of how special it is to be around such a quality group of guys.
Our young coaches up like us who just into business, Larry and Doc and I, Holiday just coming in as well. So great league of talented coaches. So I feel honored to be a part of it.
You know, this is a high-profile league. I mean, if you just look in our division to start with, June Jones, legendary coach and a guy that's just turned on, you know, every program, and, you know, incredible job he's done both at Hawaii and then now to see what he's done to SMU. Kevin Sumlin just, you know, jumps into the fire and makes that transition from an assistant to head coach, and you know, really just shakes up the nation in terms of leading those guys. And then you've got veterans like Bob Toledo and Mike Price, and gosh, you know, we just, you know, that's just on our side.
And that's one of the things I was impressed with when I came in. You know, I'd come from UCLA where there was a lot of good coaches in the Pac-10, but I was really impressed with the abilities of the coaching staffs in this conference.
The two old friends, Bob Toledo and Mike Price, will meet in the middle of the field.
Of course, Mike Price and I go way back to when he was at Washington State and I was at UCLA, so we're great friends. But I really think there's a lot of good, talented coaches in this conference, and you know, I'm really pleased to be one of them.
You know, Mike Price, recruited me actually when I was coming out of high school. It's kind of neat to, you know, be in the conference with him. Bob Toledo I've known for a long, long time. Neil Calloway has been a good friend via the Coach Helton, and Tyson worked for me at UAB. So I mean, it's George O'Leary was at Georgia Tech when I was head coach of the Falcons. So, you know, it's pretty competitive.
I've known several of them for a long time. I've known George O'Leary and June Jones and Bob Toledo, and I think those guys' records speak for themselves.
And Mike Price gave me my first job as a graduate assistant at Washington State, and I've been doing it ever since. It's really kind of unique for me. As I said, you know, Mike gave me my first job, and it's kind of strange walking out there the first year I was a head coach to shake hands in the middle of the field and coach against him. So, you know, it's unique. You know, the West Side, we see each other all the time, and David Bailiff and I live in the same, really the same neighborhood, and have been friends for a long time. June Jones, and there's a lot of competitive football going on.
With an edge, we play with an attitude. Believe, and we're going to win this son of a buck.
Level of coaching is great. I think the level of players is great.
I've just been very impressed with the number of coaches that have been in this conference that I've competed against.
You know, what's really neat about Conference USA, if you're on any team, that any team can beat anybody any Saturday. And if you're not ready, if you don't bring your team ready to play that day, it doesn't matter who you're playing, the other team's well coached and they know how to beat you.